Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss the going concern concept of accounting, and the going concern concept is a very fundamental accounting concept which must be followed by accountants while the preparation of accounting records and financial statements. So let us first try to understand the word going concern itself. As you can see, the word going concern is divided into two parts. The first part is going, which means continuing, continuing, and the word concern means establishment. So the word going concern means a continuing establishment. What do we mean by this? According to the going concern concept, or according to the going concern assumption, the accountant assumes that a business will carry on in the future and will continue in the future. In specific terms, a business has neither the intention nor the necessity to shut down operations or to close down in future. So by going concern, we assume that a business neither has the intention nor has the necessity to close down its operations in future. That means a business is assumed to continue its operations in the foreseeable future. So a business is not assumed to shut down in operations in future, but it is assumed to continue in its operations in foreseeable future. So this is actually the going concern concept. So let us discuss why we need the going concern concept. Why do we need the going concern concept? We need the going concern concept for the main objective of going concern concept is to distinguish between capital and revenue expenditures. What do we mean by this? We know that a capital expenditure results in an asset, and a revenue expenditure is actually an expense of the period which is charged to the profit and loss account. So if the going concern concept is not followed, if we do not assume that the concern or the business will continue in its operations in future, then there will be no difference between a capital and a revenue expenditure. In the backdrop, let us first see what is a capital expenditure. A capital expenditure is an expenditure which gives you benefit in the future. So capital expenditure gives benefits in future by creating an asset. By capital expenditure, you create an asset which gives you benefits in future, and the revenue expenditure gives you benefits in the current period. This give you current benefits as compared to capital expenditure which gives future benefits. So if the business is not assumed to carry on in future, how can we recognize benefits in future? If the business is assumed to close down in this period only, then there will be no difference between capital and revenue, and there will be, and as such there will be no distinction between assets and expenses. So assets and expenses will have no difference in case the going concern concept is not followed. Let us see one more example. Why we need going concern concept. We need going concern concept to record assets at their cost and depreciate them over useful life. So what is meant by this recording assets at their cost and depreciating them over useful life? In accounting, we have a concept called the historical cost concept, by which we mean that the assets that we purchase will be shown at their cost in the financial accounts, and they will be slowly depreciated over the useful life of the asset. So why do we need to do so? Because when we buy an asset, we assume that we buy assets on the assumption that we will get future benefits out of this asset for say 10 years or 12 years, whatever the useful life of the asset may be. But if the going concern concept does not hold good, why will we record the asset at their cost? If the going concern concept does not hold good, we will have to record the assets at their net realizable value, because we do not, in case the going concern concept is not assumed, then we will probably be selling off the assets after the end of the period, because the business is not going to continue in future. So in that case, we will not record the assets at their cost but at their net realizable value, which will actually not be a proper treatment to the value of the assets in the financial statements, and it can cause misleading information to the users. Say you bought a plant. Let me take an example. Say you bought a machine for say rupees 10 lakhs, and you expect this machine to give you services for 10 years. Now if the going concern assumption holds good, then you believe that this machine will able to give you a benefit for next 10 years, because you are assuming that the business will run for next 10 years. So what do? You depreciate the cost of the machine over the useful life. You take out 1 lakh each year from the value of the machine and write it as an expense in your profit and loss account. So this treatment can only be done when you assume that the company or the business will run for the next 10 years. If you assume, say you assume that your business will be closed down in the next accounting period or after the end of the year. So what will happen then? What is the use of recording this machine at 10 lakhs when you cannot use it beyond the first current period, when you are assuming that? Then you will, in that case, you will have to find out the market value of the asset at the price at which you can sell it at the end of the year. Say this asset can be sold in the market after 1 year at rupees 6 lakhs. So if the going concern concept or assumption is not valid, is not in practice, then the machine, instead of being valued at historical cost of rupees 10 lakh, it will be valued at the NRV, which is 6 lakhs. So for recording assets at their original cost and depreciating them over the useful life of the asset, we need the going concern concept. And these two, this and this point generally helps to give a fair view of financial results and assets and liabilities. That is the state of affairs. Now let us see what happens if the going concern assumption is violated. What happens if the going concern assumption is violated? Say for example, there is a huge fire. There is a huge fire at your godown. And all your stock is lost. All your stock is destroyed. And your machines are also destroyed. So what happens then? There is a risk that the business will no longer be able to continue. There is a risk that the business will no longer be able to absorb the loss caused due to this fire, and finally will be most probably shut down in the future. So the going concern assumption in this case is violated. So what will happen in this scenario? All your assets, all your sorry let me rub this all your assets will now be recorded at their net realizable value, because you are going to shut down the business. You are not going to get any future value benefit from your asset. You are not going to get any future benefit. You are not going to get any future benefit from the assets except for the selling price which you would get by selling them. Say the destroyed machines are not worth anything, they are just worth the value of the scrap. So you will be required to show them now in your books at their net realizable value, that is the price they will fetch in the market. And if the going concern concept is not valid or violated, then there will be no difference. There will be no difference between capital and revenue expenditure, because you cannot expect future benefits from any expenditure. So no expenditure will be of capital nature. There will be no expenditure of capital nature. All expenditures in that case will be revenue expenditure and will be charged to the profit and loss account of the current period. So for these reasons, the going concern concept is a very fundamental concept which the accountant must follow while preparing the financial statements. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you are not